This week, we travel back about 300 years to look at the lavish and sensual artworks of François Boucher, an artist whose artworks depict themes of love, pleasure, and beauty. As we explore his works, I encourage you to look beyond the surface and uncover the intricate narrative that lies beneath. François Boucher was a French artist of the Rococo movement who lived from 1703 to 1770. His work, celebrated for its beauty, sensuality, and elegance, conceals a wealth of meaning beneath its seemingly pleasurable surface. Through fantasy and reality, gender and sexuality, and the cultural atmosphere of 18th century France, Boucher invites us to look beyond beauty and consider what his paintings reveal about desire, intimacy, and the society in which they were created. Boucher's art often blurs the boundaries between fantasy and reality. He creates dreamlike worlds filled with mythological figures, pleasant pastoral landscapes, romantic encounter, clouds, flowers, and luxurious fabrics. These seem to exist outside the limitation of everyday life. They transport us into a world of pleasure and idealized beauty. But to fully connect with Boucher's paintings, we need to look beyond what initially attracts us. We need to look for what is happening beneath the surface and what does the painting tell us about desire, gender, and power. Boucher frequently depicted women in various stages of undress, often in intimate or flirtatious poses. Their flawless bodies, graceful gestures, and sensual expressions emphasize physical beauty and visual pleasure. They don't reveal much about an individual's inner life, personal history, or psychological struggle. The women function less as complex individuals and more as embodiments of beauty and desire. This is particularly interesting when we compare Boucher with an artist like Egon Schiele. Schiele's figures may be physically imperfect, distorted, or uncomfortable to look at, but they often communicate vulnerability, tension, anxiety, and psychological intensity. Boucher seduces us with idealized beauty. Schiele confronts us with the emotional and physiological reality of the human body. In the Triumph of Venus, the goddess of love is surrounded by playful shrubs and serene seascape. The painting creates an atmosphere of blissful escape. This idealized world also reflects the culture of 18th century aristocratic France, a society in which pleasure, luxury, and fantasy played an important role in courtly life. In the Toilet of Venus, Venus appears surrounded by objects associated with beauty, luxury, and sensuality. The painting celebrates femininity, but it also raises questions about the way women were represented within the visual culture of the time. The female body becomes an object to be admired and desired, while the woman's own connectivity and individual identity remains largely outside the narrative. We can see another dimension of this in the Abduction of Europa. The painting is visually charming, yet its narrative involves desire, power, and the loss of connectedness. The beauty of the scene can therefore coexist with a much more complicated story beneath the surface. Boucher himself was born in Paris and received his early artistic training before winning the prestigious Prix de Rome, which enabled him to study in Italy. His success eventually brought him into the center of French court culture. He became closely associated with Madame de Pompadour, influential favorite of Louis XV, and his position at court helped establish him as one of the most celebrated painters of his generation. Boucher's mythological and pastoral paintings, filled with sensuality, charm, and decorative richness, were admired by aristocratic patterns, but also criticized by those who considered his art excessively frivolous or sensual. This tension between artistic expression and the expectations of his elite audience is important when we look at his work today. As a viewer interested in art and culture, I encourage you to pay close attention to Boucher's mastery of Rococo style. Notice his delicate colors, flowing lines, intricate details, luxurious textures, and sophisticated use of light. Observe how he creates an atmosphere that feels almost weightless and dreamlike. But most importantly, look at his figures. Notice how carefully he idealizes the female body. If that entices you to take a creative flow, or just to put your mind into dreaming, ask yourself, what might be missing? Where is the emotion? Where is the individual's personality? Where is the psychological story? If you're one of my students, your weekly art assignment is to take inspiration from one of Boucher's paintings, but approach the figure differently. Rather than focusing primarily on idealized surface beauty, concentrate on the emotional life of your subject. Allow the face, gesture, posture, and expression to communicate something personal and psychologically meaningful. Let beauty serve the emotion, not replace it. If you wish, you can send an image of your painting to fusionartinternational.com for showcasing or preview and guidance. See you next week when we take a deeper look at the paintings of another giant of the art world.